Good evening. How are we this evening? I hope you've had a lovely day. For those of you that don't know, my name's Lisa, and I'm the face behind Lisa's Loft. And I just like to share and inspire you all with paper crafts, card making, scrapbooking, mini albums. Yeah. Right, just doing my checks to make sure I am alive where I need to be. It says I am. And again, I know that I do get some freezing on there. But it sorts itself out. I don't know why it always freezes at the beginning, but it does. So, right. So thank you for joining. Do pop on and say hello if you're watching live, or drop me a comment if you're watching on the replay. I like to read all your comments. Just been outside to clear up a bit. I've just done myself some squash. I just had a drink and I've gone really cold. It's not particularly cold outside either. It's still quite warm. I'd sit out there happily. But yeah, I've gone quite cold. Right, so this month we've been looking at or concentrating on the Capturing Smiles bundle. Now, I love this. There's I've created quite a lot with it. And I do hope I have inspired you. Hello, Julie. Yes, I'm back. I'm back. Back to do my lives. So this is going to be the last Capturing Smiles bundle scrap with me. Because next week I won't be here. I'll be here in the day. I'll do my daytime live, but I won't be here on the evening. And then after that, we're into May. So we shall have a new product spotlight for that month. So last week we played with the Sunshine, was it Sunshine Scenes? The scrapbook kit. And I happened to bring this on and say that, I'd got this to use, and I was told I needed to use up what I've got before buying any more. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to be using up these leftover bits from a previous. Your parcel's come, but you haven't opened it. How can you not open it? I had one come today, and that was the first thing I did was open it and look at it. And mine was nothing exciting, really. It was a new album to put some of my scrapbook pages in, some glue, some mini glue dots, and the little set of dies that you can have to go with the paper pumpkin kit. That was it. That was all I ordered. It was only because I really wanted to get the dies and because it was double rewards that I put that order through. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bothered. But yeah, still exciting. Still have to open it as soon as it comes. I'm like a kid at Christmas. I can't wait for nothing. Right, so yeah, we're going to be using this leftover from an old memory keeping not a workshop kit. It was just one of our kits. And I've got lots left. So let's switch cameras and we shall pull out what we have. I've got a couple of the place cards, a banner, another banner, a couple of frames, a journaling piece, a couple of the flowers, strawberries, lots of strips, another little banner, a heart, some leaves, some more leaves, Oh, God. I'm hoping your paper pumpkin kit is in it. It probably won't be, Julie. I'd be surprised if it is. They're coming out separate, I believe, from somewhere different. I think they come direct from manufacturer, from what I can make out, because they come Royal Mail. Well, everything that comes from Stampin' Up from the warehouse in Germany comes UPS. So I believe they're coming out separate. And I know some people, demos, have been saying, you know, I haven't received it. And one of them got in touch with demo support. And they're saying that they're shipped, but Royal Mail are still saying that they're waiting on them. So they're trying to chase that up to see what's going on. But Stampin' Up have assured everybody that they are on their way. They will be making their way to you. All right, so we've got some more flowers, some little banners, a scrap of paper, another banner, another scrap of paper, journaling, some more leaves. We've got lots of these little banners. We've got a few tags here. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Some more little offcuts on the banner. These are just some offcuts. Title. Banners. Another title. So we've got Smile, Memories, the Best, On This Day, Happy, and Love. So I think we've got quite a bit there that we can make a good scrapbook page out of. So let's move all this to the side. I have no idea. Oh, blimey, there isn't that much of April left. No, but it goes on into, because the new one doesn't come out till the 10th of May anyway. So, and people like, because you can order it up until, so you could order it, you could order April's up until the 10th of April. So they don't ship out until after the 10th. So yeah, 13 days is getting a bit, but you can't get, the next one won't start shipping and being orderable till the 10th anyway. So it's still quite a way. We're about in the middle at the moment, really, aren't we? So still have plenty of time. And thank you. Right. So yeah, I have no idea. I haven't given it any thought as to where I'm going to go with it. Sometimes I have an idea. Tonight I don't. I'm just totally winging it. But I thought, you know what? Let's just do it. Right, so I've got a piece of basic white. I did pull out a piece of Pretty in Pink, but I think because there's quite a lot of this. Oh, excuse me. Oh my gosh. Quite a lot of things that are the pink. I think it'll be nicer to use white. I think it's Pretty in Pink, and it looks it to me. I haven't got the thing for it anymore, so we're going with Pretty in Pink. So I want to do some splattering and some blending on here. So I'm going to grab Pretty in Pink ink and there's glue on the end of there. That looks horrible. And my right marker, which obviously these aren't available anymore. but I use these for doing some splattering. Don't mind if I ruin them. While I've got them, I'm going to use them. Right, let's do a bit of blending. In fact, I'll have that open because I haven't got anything. No, there's nothing coming up on that. If something had a come up on that, I'd have turned it over. In fact, I'll grab this just to knock it, the ink, some of the ink off. This is a very light colour, so it might take more than normal to get it to actually show. I might need to add quite a bit to my brush. Right, it's coming. Now, I don't know where I'm placing anything, so I don't know how much of this is going to show. But I just thought we'll add some on, and then we can always add more later if it's not in the right place. So I've had a real lazy day today. Other than my live, I've done nothing. Sat in my garden. Just remembered I've got to water my pots tonight. I haven't done them since I planted them. There we go. Beautiful. Love that. We'll see where that got us. And then we'll grab the brush end of our marker, and you can do this with the blends, with the brush tip. It doesn't do them any good. I'll tell you that now. Mine are all frayed and fuzzy and terrible, but I only tend to colour with the bullet end, so it doesn't matter to me, to be honest. Right. Some splatters on there. There we go. Right. So I'm going to have a camera on here. I know that. Now, I believe this frame is big enough to take a 4x6. It would have to slip underneath it from the look of it. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I've got the foam strips, and so that I can slip a photo underneath it, I'm going to put foam strips around the edge with enough of a gap so that it'll tuck down inside. You don't have to cover every single piece. It doesn't matter if there's gaps. I just want to make it as full as possible so it doesn't squish. Right, there we go. Excellent. I'm not going to stick it yet because I'm going to see where I want it. Right. We'll have our frame, which will have our photo somewhere like that. And then, do I want... See, I like the Lost Lagoon of that, but I don't know if I want that much, to be honest. So, let's think of a title. We can have Happy Memories here, quite like that, maybe. And what else have we got? We've got some strips I've got a pretty peacock, which we could have a strip of pretty peacock under the memories, maybe. I quite like that idea for happy memories. I'm going to be fiffing and faffing because I don't know what I'm doing. It's just totally changing. Happy. That's not going to fit. I think I could do a 4x6 that way and have happy memories. We've got a tag, a couple of tags. I'd have to make sure I put that way so I can slide the photo in. And it wouldn't really matter, would it? I like that. Not feeling this. I like that side. I'm liking that. I do like the happy. I want a journaling piece, but not with a frame. I think that would go nice on there. Maybe a bit further down. We've got memories that doesn't look right. Happy smile. We could have a happy smile, couldn't we? Something like there. That could go there. I'm just wondering if I ought to have another strip of something and trim it down. Like that. And that will give me our flowers. I have a flower there. And then some leaves, which we can bring in. Might stick those under there actually, somewhat. Just do the one for now, and then the other one would come up somewhere there. No, not like that. I like these memories. Put that there. And still see that behind it. I quite like that, something like that. So let's stick down what we've got. Let's stick a photo frame. Oops. Stick that. Looks like it's going about there. That's where it's decided it's going to drop itself. Move that because that's distracting me. Right, then I want to pop these two down, but I just want to trim this because when I've cut it from its larger sheet, I've got some of the edge of the other piece on there, and this is going to be fun. I'm just going to line it up to the right of my cutting track so that I can take a thin piece off. So I don't want to lose too much of the thickness. And I might put that one above. Like so. I like that. Right, let's stick glue on here. I don't suppose you've done any crafting, Julie? But you've been really busy, haven't you, trying to organise everything for the weekend, next weekend, and just organising everything else that you have to organise. I haven't done a lot. Well, I did today, that's it. I did a card today, which I'll show you later. I treated myself. And there's a group of ladies in Australia who they're all demos. They call themselves a stamping lounge. And they do classes and whatnot. But they've put together a box of 52 layouts. I'll show you now, actually. And I sent for it. It cost me as much in postage as it did for the actual thing, but you know, comes in this lovely box, and it's got that lovely, like, velvety feel to the paper that it's covered in. It's gorgeous, real sturdy, solid box. And then there's, like I said, it's 52 sketches in here, and they use the same colours all the way through just to show you the different elements. And then they're all labelled A, B, C, D. And then on the back, you've got metric sizes and imperial for what they used if you wanted to do exactly that border and whatever. And then they give you a tip, like try using different shapes instead of a circle to achieve a new perspective. So I did that first one today, and did it loosely, just use the actual layout, and then created that card. So yeah, sometimes when I'm feeling in a bit of a creative flunk and I don't know what to do, I can use one of those. No crafting, but done some painting. Ooh, Steve's done some tiling, lots of organising of cupboards, nearly completed end of year accounts for 3 businesses, so been a bit busy. Wow, you have? Gosh, well done you. Oh, I haven't done a hell of a lot at all. I haven't even done my end of month accounts for last month, let alone end of year. It is, it's lovely, thank you. And look, if you mean the card, the box is lovely. Card, thank you. Right, so I'm going to sticking that over here, because this is a sticker. We'll see if we can get it off without stretching it too much. I mean, I love stickers, but I do find that they're easily stretched once you fetch them off. And then once they're stretched, it's hard to get them back as they should be. But I'm sort of thinking somewhere. It doesn't show very well, does it? I'll put it above. We'll have it slightly above. going to pop it down a bit at a time so that I know got it right. Gorgeous. And then I've got the little dot for the eye. Oops. Maybe I should have used a pokey tool for that. There we go. I say a dot for the eye, it's a bit of a line actually. Excellent. Nice, like that. Then we'll do a happy up here. Yeah, we'll just put it flat because of having the happy over it. Pop that there, like that. And then again, grab a happy without stretching it. This one's a bit more solid. It's got a bit more to it. There we go. And that actually fits on there really well. Brilliant. Love that. Right, so let's pop all this on. So I'm going to pop that little circle out of there, and I'm going to do my just glue down the middle. Make it over a tad, and then we'll get that stuck. We'll glue our journaling piece on. There. Hi, Carol. How are we? Right, and then I'm going to stick my flower. That one goes that way, and that one goes that way. So we've got to the left, to the right. I think to the right, isn't it, is better. And then let's have the yellow leaves to bring in the yellow, which I'm presuming is Darling Duckling. It's got that look about it. Right, so I just want to get that behind there, like so. And then this one. Oh, good. How that's what it was very good. Thank you, Cal. A bit emotional. I got emotional waiting. But yeah, I got through it, and yeah, it was lovely. Lovely little registry office in Skegness. And then we went to their local pub. Excuse me, I have a drink. That had a buffet, and wow, the buffet was excellent. They decorated all the tables and the room and everything. It's only in the bar. They've only got the bar, the one room. But they'd done half the room and more of that. And the buffet was excellent. It was gorgeous. The food that they'd got there, the way they'd set it all out. Yeah, really good. Now I'm thinking I prefer this one, but it's covering a bit more than I want to cover. I wonder, well, I can't tuck enough now. But then again, how much journaling am I going to put on? Let's be real. I don't put a lot of journaling on, do I? So we'll dimensional this. Some added interest. I'll just put a couple of minis on the other leaves. Okay. Have you been having plenty of Ellie hugs? Bet you have. I hope you've got the same weather as we have, Carol. It's been absolutely gorgeous these past couple of days. I have been sitting outside lots. Yeah, I like it swooping round. And then we have a very pale heart, which I think would look quite nice there. I'm going to put a dimensional on that. There we go. And I think that a few hugs, yes. It's been blowing. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh, I'm sorry. Blowing a hoolie. I've got these little. I don't know if it needs. No, it is nice, but then I could put pink one and bring in the hearts because we're all stripes. Or bring in the green. No, I think I'm going to leave it as it is and put some embellishments on. What embellishments? Because I still have all these that are on last chance. Now I have got the rainbow dots. Oh, those are all the wrong colour. I've got these little pretty pink and green that are the right colours. I've got these that could get away with those yellow and the pink and green. It's a bit off. I think I actually want something that's blingy. I've got the faceted gems. I'm not sure. I think it needs colour bling. Let's have a look what's in my current box. It's looking very sad, my current box. No, those are too bright. We have got the Darling Duckling if I went for those. Or I've got the new upcoming metallics. Oh, those would be quite nice actually. Those are the Pearls of Beauty and they're crumb cake. Like, I wonder if they're perhaps do a mix because they're the same. If I use, they're very similar. Yeah, they are the same, aren't they? They just haven't got the large ones. There we go. That's what we'll use. Pop those away. Pop that away. These away. I keep all my last chance in a separate little box. All my bits and doodads, and then my stamps are all on a separate shelf. So I don't get them muddled up, and I know then that they're going. I believe these are on last chance actually, but I decided, you know what, I'm just going to carry on using them because you can get some in colour dots. Right, so let's have a large one there and a medium and a small, medium and a small. Let's grab the yellow. My darling duckling. And wig and pot. Medium and a small. I think I'm going to put 5 lots. Medium and a small. And then the same on these here. That's a medium and a small. Yes. Just needed that little bit of bling. And I think once I've got a nice photo in there, I think it'd quite lend itself to a christening or a wedding, an engagement, something like that, or somewhere, perhaps a memory of going to someone else's wedding. When I just picture a picture of people well dressed. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing at the moment. Right. Should we do another? I think we've got time for another, haven't we? Yeah. Let's do another one. Should we do a coordinating one? Why not? Now let me grab another piece of basic white. I was only going to do one, but we'll do 2. And let's have our blending the same. So it ties it in. Because we haven't done any stamping. I haven't used my camera. That was the whole idea of this. But, oh well. We've not used the camera. I want the middle one here this time. Can do similar but in reverse. I think my pale pink's running out. Don't surprise me, I've never re-inked it. You wouldn't even change. No, it's we can pop it on this one, can't we? Why not? There we go. So we've got our 3 bits of blending just to break it up. Dear, dear. I'm just enjoying playing with the bits. And then we'll have our flicks. I think this, if you do this on whatever, it gives you a good base. Because you don't have to worry about white space, because none of it's actually plain white space. And I know a lot of people struggle. Right, we can have another frame. But I don't particularly want it on the same side, do I? We can have it near to the other one. We'll have our frame there. And then we can see that would have been good over a journaling bit on this day. But never mind. We'll have our flower. And we'll go for another tag. And I've got another frame around here. There's no reason why we can't have two. Things haven't got to be threes. They do tend to look better. So we've got these pieces if we wanted to put some stripes on the same, but we could just do one along. And how about just the crumb cake one, because that'll bring in the crumb cake. Oh, it's basic beige actually, isn't it? I lie. Yeah, bring in that, but it's the same pattern as the Pretty Peacock on the other one, so that'll tie that in as well. And I do want it along the bottom again. Now we could use this one to bring in the crumb cake actually. Oh, I can hear Dell coming home. He's gone out in the car, which means he's going to come in here and say, can you help me switch cars? No, I can't. Right, I like that, like it is. And then we could have our camera instead of our, tell me, journaling piece. Right, so let's stick these on. You've gone, local pub, the Dudley Arms, are supposed to be their fortnight or something tonight. So he popped down there to see what was going on. But he literally went 5 minutes before I came on. So he hasn't even been an hour. So there's either nothing of interest or nobody there. Right. I can line that up with that. And that follows on from there. Right, let's do these, and I'm going to do these the same so that I can slip them in. The dog's going to start going wild. Right. Chop these off. Oops. Oh dear, I'm getting it all stuck to me here. That one. And this one. That might just be, oh gosh, get myself in a mess. There we go, it's just the right, the whole one just goes all the way around. And there goes the dog. Pop that on there. There we go. And he's telling the dog to be quiet, bless him. Like so. Oh, that's gone a bit skew whiff. Right. Pop that away. I want the pink at the top so that hitches straight away. Feel all fingers and thumbs. And just, yeah. There we go. So on, and then we'll do our basic beige. I've swapped out the tag for the crumb cake one to bring the crumb cake in. And I was thinking I could do the camera in the Darling Duckling, but I am now wondering if it's going to be too bright because it's going to be the main thing there. So I am going to swap that back out for the Darling Duckling, which we can have like so, and then we'll have a crumb cake there, and then I want a smile. And I've got a banner for the top. Where did I put all those bits up? Here they are. Because I could bring in the pretty peacock somehow. I could put it on the camera, couldn't I? Let's do our camera. I think that's our next step to get that done, and then we can see where we are from there. So dies. That's just fell down the back. And our stamps. Right. And we want our camera stamp. Our lens. Our front piece. And I am going to use the little heart because we've got that heart on the other one, but I haven't got another heart to put on here. I'm going to bring that over. And then if I want, I can stamp some little hearts on the other one as well to tie it in. Right. I need, that hasn't stuck down very well. Piece of crumb cake. Piercing mat stamper. Crumb cake. I'll find a scrap that's big enough. Excellent. And then I might need another piece for the lens. Is that big enough? Yeah, I think. Yeah, just. And then for the front of the camera, I think I'll do that in what colours we got in this one that we need to bring through? The grey, because we've got no grey on that one yet. So let's do that in basic grey. There we go. Right. Pimento. Give that a good ink. And stamp. And then, I can fit my lens on here. There we go. And then just need a basic grey. Beautiful. We will close that. And I'm going to, in fact, on a piece of scrap white, which where are my scrap white pieces there? And petal pink. I'm going to stamp a heart, and I can die cut that out then as well. Right, now I need my large machine because the cardstock's larger, and then I can just stick it all in to do that. I start off all so neat and tidy and think I'll keep it tidy, and then I end up going really messy. Right. Piece of tape. Let's put the car away. Let's manage that. And you've just got to put the other two away. It's like Jenga with cars here. It's like when we went to my dad's, Connor left his car here, so we put them all in, went, and then of course when we got back I wanted to put my car in, so Dell and Connor had to get theirs out for me to put mine away. Okay. No. Pop that now. Hayden's back as well now. Everybody's coming home. That's why the dog's really happy. Okay, just line that up with that. Stick that down there, and then we'll grab our little hearts. And we shall grab his tape off there. And pop, you all right, Hayden? Yes. Would you like a cup of tea? I'd love a cup of tea, please. Thank you. My cup's in there. We all do that, yeah. All right. Beautiful little part that is. So it's just really simple. I just think it's perfect. Tape. Save my tape. So I'm not using too much plastic. Right. I'm going to pop that up. There we go. Up. Right, let's line that up on there, get that right. And then we can glue our lens down. Like so. And then I'm just going to stick my heart in the middle of here. Oops, stuck to my finger. There we go, better. Right, so let's bring our page back now that we've got our camera. And we can have our camera something like that with a smile. So I'm going to pop that on again, just down the middle. In fact, do I want it go that way so that everything's not too close together? Put that dimensionals on our flower again. And some mini ones put on those two little leaves. Okay. Press those on, take off our backings. It's nice to use bits up, isn't it? I feel like I've accomplished something if I've used bits. That can go like that. And then we want some leaves. Do I want green? Quite like this pretty peacock. And I can cut it because it's too big all in one. So if I cut that there. Like that, and then I can pop some of that behind there. It's gone off a bit, but that won't matter. And then I can use that bit here. Maybe. Come on. Over this side. That just adds some interest there. And I am going to add this third bit in. Oh, I can't put that in my bin, can I? I've been putting that in my bin. I need to not. I'm just going to pop that third bit in under here. Just lifting that slightly so that I can get it in. There we go. And it doesn't matter if it goes over the top of that. Fab! Right. So we've got a smile. I mean, this can just be a page on its own. It doesn't have to be used with the other one. Or do we put that up there with a smile? Don't know which I prefer. So I'll follow that through from the other one. Or at the bottom, smile. What else have I got? Oh, we've got love and the best. And we could have smile there and love down here. Thanks, Hayden. That's hot. Yeah. Can have love in the middle or to one side. I don't like the fact that they'll be too similar together. Why have I got a shadow? I'm not supposed to get a shadow with this light. I have, haven't I? No, thank you. In hand of strawberries. Yeah, I'm going to put this on and then we'll see. I could have love over there and then smile. I think that's better with the heavier one at the top. Just keep changing my mind. You know, I actually talk to myself when I craft just like I talk to you lot. Okay, so that's just slightly larger, so we'll overhang a little bit top and bottom. Yep, like it. And then we'll have a smile down here. Off this edge. Yeah. There we go. And that's those out the way. Right. And I think once we've put our embellishments, and I may do a few little hearts, we're done. So that one was a lot quicker. But of course we sort of followed or had the inspiration from the other one. Come on. Right. So I want my pokey tool. I want have 1, 2 of those there. Oh no, go that way. And then these up here. And another over here. And then we have I think we ought to have. I think I'm just going to stick with the 3 on here, just round there, because this is a much plainer page. But I think I do want to stamp some hearts on it. Now I know what it's going to be used for. Some of. Right, my heart. Could stamp some of the little cameras as well, couldn't I? That perhaps look quite nice. So I'll add some hearts round about. I say these are a gorgeous little heart. I don't think it needs the cameras, we'll just stick. They both have turned out lovely and you've used it win-win roll. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. We've used stuff up. Got it out of our stash. Right. This one. Have a couple up there. A couple there. And here. There we go. That just follows it through. And that, my ladies, is that. We've got our 2 pages. Using up some leftovers from a kit. And sneakily getting the capturing Smiles camera in there at the end. Nearly missed it. It's a good job we did a second page. Once the photos are in those, we can just change them out. Thank you, Carol. Yeah, I'm pleased with those. Considering it, yeah, it's just made with leftover pieces. Right, so let's just switch cameras. And I will say thank you very much for joining me. It's been lovely having you here. I shall be back on Thursday lunchtime which will be the last live using the Capturing Smiles bundle, because I won't be here Thursday evening because I shall be dog sitting at Julie's house. So I won't do my live on the evening. But I hope you all have a lovely weekend, and I hope your weather picks up for you, Carol, and you get some of this gorgeousness we've had. I know we're supposed to have a decent weekend this weekend, so that's nice. Right, well, thank you very much again, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.